I was getting kicked out because I had like a work logo.
Okay, we're live, guys. Hold on one second.
What up? What up?
And we are live. There we go. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello.
What's up, bro?
We are here. We are here. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? So, um, today we are gonna hit the holidays a little bit. Hit a topic, this geared towards the holidays a little bit, and just have a conversation about that. Um,
Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the new platform we're on and where you can find us.
So thank you for that. So the new platform we're on is called StreamYard. So on StreamYard, we are on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Um, we're going to be eventually on TikTok also. So we're definitely going to start streaming live on TikTok also. And so excited about this, man. That it's just broaden our horizon a little bit, and yeah, just a little different platform that we're on. And so
Sure.
we're definitely happy to do it and to spread the love a little bit. So yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
Cool.
What we looking like today, Nick?
So yeah, no, I mean, good topic we got today. So we're gonna jump into creating new traditions,
Yeah.
and it's funny where I obviously have the 20-year-old kids and
Mm-hmm.
I've actually been kind of asking a lot of young people this
Right.
question of late, and I'm going to pose it to you guys as well.
Mm.
It's just what did the family tradition look like for you when you were a young adult? Like, what was the expectation? Because we all had it. You know what I mean? You came
Yeah.
out and you're like, I got to be here on Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
Christmas Day. I might have multiple styles. What did that look like for y'all when you were young adults?
Uh, you wanna start, AP?
Man, I tell you what, from a kid, man, a lot of my memories, we all would come to my grandparents' house. That was like the spot,
Right.
you know, and just everybody just getting together, loving on each other. The kids had their own little section and the adults had their section. It was just a good time, man.
Yeah.
Just a good fun time. And that was like the assignment. My grandfather had everything like boom, everything in order. It was just. This is when I think about it. It just makes me put a big old smile on my face because it was such
Okay.
a good time. One of
I
the
Yeah.
best
like it.
times I had, man. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like it. Um, I'm gonna say for me, it's consistency, right? Just being with family or over my grandma's house, and it's just consistency. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's what tradition is for me. It's just being around family, seeing family, and just really having a good time. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And
Was yours? Did you guys? I take it then, Purnell. Yours was set place, set time every year.
somewhat, yeah,
Mm.
Okay.
some,
Yeah.
somewhat, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
So,
was. It was kind of the same here too. Like, I mean, Christmas Eve, we always knew we was gonna be at my grandparents' house. Like that
okay,
was without a doubt. Every
Yeah.
single time you knew you was gonna be there. Christmas Day was more spent at the house, with your immediate family, waking up,
hmm
doing gifts or whatever, and then you see what the day brought you. And then like New Year's was always like we always knew it was gonna be a party. So like that, it was
Mm.
locked into my mind, even into adulthood. Like, all right, you gotta go to a party. Either you're throwing a party, you're
Yeah.
attending a
right,
party. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that was just it. Um, But you know, like I said, but gentlemen, obviously you're all married, you've moved on. So
Mhm.
how when you went into your adulthood, right? Like there's I have to imagine, I know for myself, there was still that constant pressure of, okay, you have to maintain this tradition. Did
Mm.
you find yourself, no, that's the true question. Do you find yourself doing the exact same traditions you had before? Or did you have to adjust?
But it's an adjustment. It's definitely an adjustment. It, yeah, I'm gonna say it's an adjustment. Bro, especially being in a relationship or being married.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's an adjustment. It's consideration. It's argument, and I ain't even necessarily saying with my wife all the time. Sometimes with family, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when you start to break tradition, family like, well, we always did this or this, and this, and yeah, you did, but what they're not looking at is that you're married and that you have another
Mm.
family, and that
Mm.
you have to. You can be here sometime, but you can't be here all the time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that your traditions are going to change, and it's just trying to be considerate of the other half or the other side. And so
Mm.
I think as a married couple, your traditions are going to change. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And
Yeah.
you start to create your own traditions, right? And you
Mm.
start to build your own family, and you guys have traditions, and roles change, right? Um, I am one of the leaders of my family now. Go
Mm-hmm.
figure. Go figure. Right. And so um everything is, hey, what are you guys doing? Or this, and then
Mm.
right before we got on,
Mm-hmm.
my brother sent me wrote a video. He like P Gates, and he taking me around. He got because we're going to his house for Christmas, and he like, this is the first time I ever decorate. Right. And so to take these roles and just different traditions, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Just really different traditions, and we take on different roles, and we're the head of the household, the head of the families now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, it's different. It's different. I remember my dad coming over and me out there grilling and this, and this, and accustomed to him doing that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
And him
Right.
sitting back with his legs up. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
that's different. That's different. And so, my brother, how you doing?
So Mike,
What's up, fellas, man? Glad I could join y'all.
Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
yeah,
Mike.
yeah. So, yeah,
So
just
A
a little different.
yeah,
Let's
AP.
bring Mike up to speed with.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
no,
Mike,
they, Mike. So we just jumping into starting new traditions, and so we was just kind of diving into this, and we were just kind of curious. As you went into your adulthood, that's where we were kind of getting into. As you went
yeah.
into your adulthood, what were some of the, things that you know, kind of did you maintain the traditions that you had, that you had growing up, or did you kind of find that there was a little bit of a conflict?
And I think the common denominator from my childhood to now is that I always kept God first, man. He always they would speak to me. I think I took it up a notch, right? Me, how we practice reading our Bible, getting into our Word
Mhm.
every day of each morning. So take out the bone, keep the meat, man. Everything not bone. Some of it's meat, some of it's good. My mama kept us in the church. But
Right.
with that being said, take it up and learn, not just going off of, well, my grandma said this in the Bible. No, I actually like finding some scriptures that's in the Bible, man. So me and my family, we wake up, we get into our word, and we make it the most important part of our day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I can definitely appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate that.
Hey
Um,
Pete, you I mean your dad was like I said, you kind of coming from, having that a famous father, and then like for you, did you feel like Spotlight had to kind of stay and maintain those traditions, or was there kind of a change or a shift in guard for yourself?
You know what? My dad's side of the family was so wide and so broad. He kind of had his own thing. My thing
Hmm.
was with my grandparents because that's who I was raised by, really.
Hmm.
So my grandfather, he was like he was like the man. You know what I'm saying? He had everything like just put together. So I feel like at my age, I've stepped into that role over the past 10 years, as far as with my family. So like the way Kristen and I do it, like Thanksgiving is like my holiday. So that's
Okay.
where like I get a lot of my family. Sometimes some of her family will come over, but a lot of my family and friends, that's like my holiday or whatnot. So and of course we do it. We do it big. We got all types of people coming over and stuff like that, and just loving on each other and stuff. So, but Christmas is like Kristen's family, and it's like my in-laws be turned up. It's like my in-laws be turned up.
they do.
Yeah.
Listen, listen.
so so like she's 6, we do Christmas Eve over there every year.
Right.
Christmas Eve, and I think we're gonna do something a little different this year. I think we're gonna stay over there and probably do Sunday. I mean, not something. Sorry, not Sunday. Christmas Day dinner over there. But Christmas Eve is just a big family get together. Everybody in their pajamas. We got people coming from all out of town and different places. So it's just, just from my experience, just I'm like Pete. You kind of fall into being the head of the
Yeah.
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
head of the family and stuff. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it caught me when I recall. Yeah, I think the thing that was hit me the most was like the change in guard. How when you're a kid, on how what lens you have, of your aunt, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents.
mm,
It's like what they say is what we're gonna do, and I think as my cousins, my siblings, we all kind of came of age and then started having kids ourselves. We're trying to
Mhm.
maintain this
mm,
that same tradition. I
Right.
think you just kind of also just saw where my grandparents just got tired of
mm.
managing it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
so like Pernell said, it was kind of like that change of guard. It
Yeah.
was like, man, they got sick of just managing it, managing egos, trying to get people to come, trying to, twist
Yeah,
everyone's arm to
yeah,
come,
yeah.
where they finally was like, you know what? We're just gonna go where everybody else is. And that was like where it just completely the ball just dropped. Like it was
Yeah.
that year that they decided that they weren't going to do it anymore. We weren't going to have that central location to
Hmm.
see everybody because some family you only saw Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like
Hmm.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you don't see them for the rest of the year.
yeah,
It's like the Hallmark movie. You know what I mean? Where you have family. That's literally the
Right.
only time you see them.
Right.
And so when that avenue kind of cut off, it was like, yeah, you had to pick up. I
Hmm.
have my children, I have my wife. We got to pick up a new tradition and try to get that and get that going. Um, it was a bit of a relief, though. I ain't gonna lie. 'Cause, when you do have or feel like you got that green light to say, I don't really want to do that tradition, because there was at one point I was doing like the 4 Christmases. You know what I mean? Where
Hmm.
mm,
you're trying to like on Christmas Day you're trying to see my mom's side of the family, my
Hmm.
dad's side of the family, my stepdad's side of the family, her side of the family. Like it was a whole thing.
mm.
And you're trying to
Hmm.
make everyone happy and appease to everyone. And you're just exhausted.
Yeah,
And you're just not even looking
yeah.
forward to it. You know what I mean?
It's work.
It
It's a
is.
lot of work.
You know, guys, how do you guys? What was the big adjustment? Um, your first year being married, or just being in relationship. What was the big adjustment for you guys there?
This as far as this with the holidays.
Yes. Yes. Sorry about that.
Um,
I, I think you always had a selfish lens and you knew what you were going to do,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So that's the big adjustment. That's the
yeah,
adjustment right there. Now you
yeah,
had to be like, oh, you do have family.
yeah.
Like you are another person it's not just my world, right? You know what I mean? So
Mm.
that was a huge adjustment for me. Just understanding that there's a whole nother side, a whole nother
Yeah,
person in this that has to say. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, you got to split that time. You know, you got to split that time up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
but I think I was like that too, Nick. Like I was kind of like it was a little bit of a little bit of a shift, but it wasn't too bad on my end because you know my family was already kind of split. You know, kind of not all together like that. So it was just managing that time. I think in my situation, it went perfect the way it went. You know, like Kristen's family was already doing the Christmases and stuff, so it was good.
What's
What
your
about you,
thoughts?
Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, like while you guys were speaking, I thought of the Bible talking about how, our wedding vows, right? Forsake all of and really like diving into that, right? So in the beginning, it's all about being around everybody else's family. Then in my household, we wasn't able to always travel like. So with that being said, it's like I have 4 kids.
Right.
My household, I'm 6. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, this is what we gonna do. It's a holiday. I can't go to Staten or we're not able to go to Detroit. It's
Mhm.
like really also creating memories just for our immediate, man, and just making sure everybody's straight.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they should be so keened into, hey, we gotta go to my family, go to my family. Everybody gonna be there. I was forgetting to check the temperature in my household.
I can
So
appreciate that, bro.
we start there for staking all others.
Yeah.
Um, I got some things I want to do. I want to go see everybody, but I need to check the temperature of the house, which is my wife and my kids. If she not, honey, I just want to, I'm not some things going on. Like I for real need to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
And then normally, whatever the wife is carrying, that's what the kids carry. That same temperature. So
Mhm.
that was another adjustment I had to make. Being okay with just not going over everybody's house during all the holidays,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm,
just creating our own traditions.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Bro, I again, that's crazy that you say that, bro, because I think all of us have been in that situation, and I think just when you get married, you're in that situation. You have
Mm-hmm.
to say, you know what are we going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and what's best for us? And
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I think sometime you may be looked at as the villain a little bit because you have to realize
Yeah.
we're taking some tradition from family,
Right.
necessarily intentional, but what we're doing is saying, okay, we're going to create our own, and this is a big part of family. Our wives is a big part of this tradition over here or this family, and um, to add someone in or to take someone out can be
Yeah.
a little,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little,
I mean,
Oh,
did
yeah.
any of you guys deal with it? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I had some major family strife in that
yeah,
regard, that
yeah,
we had to work through, like, because, family members felt they,
excited or yeah,
yeah, slighted. They felt
yeah,
like they were left out. They felt like, we were,
Yeah.
mhm,
kind of trying to leave them to the wayside. And they had certain feelings. And,
mhm,
Mike, you can attest, right? Like, I mean, the reality is, a man leaves the family, right? Like that's, and I used to actually, again, when I was a kid, I had an uncle
mhm.
who you'd always hear the family talk about that. Be like, man, she always pulling them away. She always doing this and that. You know what I mean? As a kid, you like, oh yeah, I guess that is happening. Then you become an adult. You're like, you got your own girl. You're like, nah, man, like that's just what happens.
and
And you like, Unc wasn't doing nothing wrong. He was doing what he was supposed to.
Supposed to, yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. Like I love that you brought that up, Nick, because again, those are conversations that's had. But what I think people have to realize is um, this is necessary for people to do in order to create their own family and their own new traditions. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? It's very necessary to do that.
For sure.
And again, a couple of times I had to have a talk with my grandmother about that,
Mm-hmm.
because she was like, "Hey, you're breaking tradition. Everybody here but you, and you weren't here for Thanksgiving. Then you weren't here for Christmas or this, and this." And I said, I get it. I said, but my responsibility is us,
Yeah.
and not
Mhm.
necessarily you guys. This is my responsibility. This is the man who you raised me to be. And it's not that I love you any more or any less, but again, you have to do what you have to do sometimes. You know what I mean?
Hey, forsaking all others is forsaking all others. Hey, friend. I mean, think about it though. I mean,
Wow.
what person don't want to be around family?
Yeah.
But after God, right, is your wife, especially to
Yep.
my married man.
Mhm.
Remember the wedding vows say forsaking all others.
Yeah.
It's not just about what I want to do,
Uh-huh.
what she want to do. Honey, what you want to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
has to be a mutual agreement. You can leave if you want to. Your whole holidays, every time you try to bite into something,
Yeah.
you're like, ooh, I'm gonna get it when I get home because I left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
know, I know, I know.
Can't even enjoy that
Hey,
plate.
hey,
Can't even enjoy it.
hey, before you know it, you don't even know everything is 0 calorie. Like, ooh, when I get home,
Oh yeah.
you like, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we have to check the temperature to
Mm-hmm.
make sure, right, our spouse are in agreement with our moves
Mhm.
because I know us, we cool either way,
Mm-hmm.
but we can't forget about you checking the temperature of our spouses to
Yeah.
make sure if they feel some kind of way, man,
Hmm.
hey, we very supportive of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say my mom was the coolest with that situation for me.
Okay. Okay.
My mom, I mean, she was very vocal,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm saying to um, my family and saying, "Hey, listen, he has a wife, and
Right.
Mhm.
he has to be considerate of the other side, and this and that." And I was so happy that she understood, and she said, "Yeah, I understand because I'm a wife." And she said, "It's times that we'll get pushed into situations, and what about my husband family?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Oh wow." And she was like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, it was times that I had pressure that he wanted to be with his family, but um I kind of pressured him into being here
Mm-hmm.
and not realizing how unfair that was."
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow,
Yep.
and she was really on me about that and said, "You know what? Be fair."
Yep.
She said, "Whatever y'all plans is, whatever y'all talk about or y'all plans are, then," and she would always say, "If I want to see you, I'll come up to see you."
Mm-hmm.
She said,
Mhm.
"But if," and then she was saying too, sometimes it's the only free time that y'all have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be with each other. And she said,
Mhm.
I was really happy the support that my mom gave with that, and stood on it really strong, and that was a big help for me, you know what I'm saying, in making decisions and not feeling guilty
Yeah.
about not being there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
What you got for us, Nick?
Yeah, no, I want to switch gears. I think the other thing when you think about the holidays,
Hmm.
we can certainly talk about traditions. We could talk about the
Sure.
things that, that we look forward to. But sometimes the holidays are do bring a lot of stress too. Like, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. And I
Yeah.
know you guys have felt it,
Hmm.
at some point, in your marriages. And
Hmm.
so, and there's a lot of stress factors that come in. I mean, I know
Okay.
I know obviously loss of loved ones, is a major
Hmm.
factor because
Yeah.
this is a time where you do go in and you reflect on, those family traditions, those,
Hmm.
things, that nostalgia. What did you go growing up? Being without your mother on, on the holidays come around is, it pulls on you in a different fashion.
Yeah.
Um, but like, so how do you deal with that, as a man, right? Like, because again, there's always the assumption that you're just gonna show up and you're gonna be yourself, but like internally you feeling that, you know what I mean? Like, you feel empty inside. Like, how do you deal with that?
Uh, I'm gonna speak for me, bro. It's day by day, bro. Because I'm gonna be honest, man. It's tough. It's
Hmm.
tough, and you find yourself um wanting to be in a depression or wanting to be, and just thinking, man. You know, we've had so much loss. I have in the last 4 years. It's from my Uncle Saul, my cousin Ernest, my mom, my grandma, my aunt, my father-in-law. Bro, I mean, immediate family. Bro. These are not. These are immediate families. These are when I'm going through. I call to lift me up, or I call to get advice. All of these people
Yeah.
that in a matter of 4 years, all of them gone. And so I had to realize that and then just say, okay, you know what? Um, yes, we have to create new traditions, but we have to acknowledge our feelings also, bro. I
Yeah.
really had to acknowledge that, and I really had to say, okay, you know what? Um, I should be down. I should be hurt. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying stay there, but I'm saying this is a normal feeling that you just have to face reality on and just say, man, it's a good thing that you're feeling like this because God gave you the ability to love someone and you miss who you love. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And
Yep.
so I just try to look at it in a positive. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy. Me and um, Me and Vanetta could have words or whatever, and I would call Uncle Saul or Uncle Freddie. I can't call them no more. You know what I'm saying? Or they would call
Hmm.
me just
Hmm.
good men with good, wise advice. You know what I'm saying? Um, Uncle Freddie was her dad's brother. You know what I'm saying? But again, it was my uncle. You know what I'm saying? Our uncle. And so just good, wise counsel, and and they're not there. And so again, changing traditions sometime is yeah, changing people who you go to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
you know, you see what I'm saying? A lot of this was my norm. You know what I'm saying? An outlet or what have you. So again, you know, you just really have to, you know, really have to look at it and, and replace. You're not replacing them, but you're replacing your go-tos. You know,
Yeah.
people that you go to are people who you can trust in that area. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I again, obviously over the years now, it doesn't feel like it was even all that long ago. I could still sits heavily on me, but mom's gone, dad, my biological dad,
yeah,
my stepdad who
yeah,
raised me, like all my parental figures,
Mm.
have passed over the years,
right,
and
right.
I think the hardest part about it when you think about when we're talking about that transition from tradition to
Mhm.
now, it's like the one thing you miss is, be honest with you, was that obligation to see them, to
Mm.
connect, to extended family,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and get a little bit of, like, it's just like some of that old home cooking or whatever you want to
Mm.
call it. Like, I do miss that. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That's the one void that's out there, and like you said, you got to acknowledge it. It's a void. It's out there. Like, don't, when this season comes around, I certainly get that. It's like, man, I really do miss that. I wish I could just call them and just go over there and go to my dad's family, and they talk about, man, I remember when you was this big, now you this big. And so you miss it. You definitely do. But my wife does a really good job of kind of checking on me in this season. She recognizes it. And I think she really does a good job of just saying, hey, where you at? Where's your head at? Are
Yeah.
you, let's talk it through. Let's make sure you give the emotion. And like I think you said, Pete, like you should miss them. You should. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I don't always show it. And I think my siblings sometimes will even kind of look at me and not see the emotion or not see me down and depressed or in the
Mhm.
dumps because
Yeah.
I just don't demonstrate it that way.
Mhm.
But it don't mean I'm not hurting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what people have to recognize when it comes to a lot of men. They certainly have the strong exterior, but that doesn't mean they're not hurting inside.
Yeah.
Just check in on them.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your thoughts with that, AP?
And you know what, man? I went through a similar thing like you, P. I lost someone. I mean, we had a loss, man, for every year for about for like 3 years. We lost
Yeah, I
someone.
know.
Mm,
Yeah, it was like
mm,
it
Major,
was
not
yeah,
not
yeah,
just,
it was yeah.
yeah.
And like I said, it was my core family, my uncle, then
Yeah.
my aunt, and then my grandmother.
Yeah.
And it was like, I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, I had I mean, those holidays after those deaths was just terrible. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm not a depressive person at all,
Hmm.
but man, when I look back on it, man, I was definitely going through something.
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, I was definitely going through some stuff, and it was just a rough time, man, especially around the holidays.
Hmm.
Just remembering them and trying to keep their spirits alive. And then you got your loved ones, you got kids and stuff that are looking at you. So you got to be strong.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
still got to be strong. You got your wife, you got everybody still looking at you because you're the leader of the house.
Yep.
You
So
know what? And I'm sorry to. I know Mike is finna go next, but what bothered me more than anything is the unexpected. My father-in-law.
Mm,
I think that bothered me more than what I think people really understood. It was just so unexpected. My mom, just like both of them died from COVID. Like my auntie Nisi, I had just talked to her the day before, and she was telling me, "Hey, you can't say this on the show or this." I'm probably because you would watch the podcast, right?
mhm.
The next day, my aunt Tracy called me and said, "She not breathing. This and this and that. They're here trying to give her, and she's gone."
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the deaths is one thing, but the sudden deaths for me, the unexpected is, what I think really hits home with me because again, my grandmother prepared me so well for her leaving, and we talked about it, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be here for long. It's this, and that," and so it was prepared for. It's the all of a sudden, right?
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
the life changing adjustments that you have to make for these people. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And um, another thing I would say is, yeah, you hurt, but what about your spouse, right? Her
Yep.
dad. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You going through, and you barely able to stand some days, but you got to say, okay, let me make sure you're good. You know,
Exactly.
and
yeah,
how are you feeling? And like I said, it's it gets crazy sometimes. I tell you that it gets crazy. It gets tough.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? So yeah. What's your thoughts with this, Mike?
Yeah, man, I lost my brother, man. He had took that one of them COVID, and the next day, yeah, he was already,
Yeah.
um, he had kidney failure, and
Oh my
next day, man,
God.
I guess he stood up, man, and just that was it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Like you said, the unexpected deaths. But also, man, I also hear the Lord, man. The Lord be giving me, these really funny analogies. I always say there's always more than one way to cook, right?
Okay.
And I say that to say, if I can't make it down there, I can FaceTime. If your phone don't have FaceTime, I can at least give you a call,
yep.
or I can send a gift. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, "The blessings from God it maketh a person feel rich and out of no sight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if I gotta go through like a whole bunch of hops and hoops just to make it to you, it's like, Lord, did I do this for me or was this the right move? So it's like I need to find my peace. You know,
Mhm.
I need to find my peace. So if it's not during the holidays that I can make it down, when can I work something out? You know,
Right. Right.
Yep.
I think we all have to find our peace with everything. And I mean also with the just in case, I think it's the enemy. You know, he just say, man, you know, you got to make it down because if you don't, what if this happened? What if, man? Listen,
Mhm.
like this, if what if was a fifth, we'd all be, bro. We can't be living off what if,
Hey, you might be on to the branding on that one, man. What's
bro,
what's
Listen,
bro, bro,
he from Saginaw,
is that a
and
new
it's
is that a new
Saginaw
moon
come
is that a
out
new
sometime.
moonshine that's coming out?
bro. If what if,
Saginaw come out sometime.
bro,
Just
what if was a fifth, we all be drunk. We
We get a
can't be
fifth of
living
that
off
what
what.
if, bro.
Hey, hey, listen. Hey, don't be bad. What if? What if? You know what I mean?
oh my
So
God.
I think when we in our family, when we on the phone with them,
Right.
when we around them, I think it's just upon us to be our best self, man.
Yeah.
If said AP, Pernell and Nick, you just never know, man. You just never know.
Yeah.
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 So another factor, though, I think during the holidays, and again, I know for a fact I dealt with this, but like, what did you, and I want to go around and I kind of want to get you guys' perspectives, but like, what did you do with the financial pressure that usually comes around with the holidays? Like, so, because again, there's expectations, there's gifts, there's this, and there's, different phases of your life, that certainly can be a struggle, right?
My
So
wife
like,
rich,
what,
so
how did y'all handle, shut up, P. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear none of that.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Rich bitch. Uh, but no, but
Man.
like seriously, like how did you handle that, in your own households, and what suggestions would you have for those that are struggling with the same thing?
Man, I tell myself every year, like, I'm gonna get started with this stuff in October, and I never do. And so, I tell myself that every year. I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
October, we about to start getting this Christmas stuff ready, and it never works. I mean, shoot, it's just always stressful, man. You pumping so much. I feel like I pump so much more money out in
mm-hmm,
this month of December. I mean, that's just enjoying my wife. We go on dates and
yeah,
we're taking the kids out. We're going to see Scrooge to a play on Wednesday. We just, but
nice,
and it's family stuff. But I just feel like you just pump so much money out. It's just like it's true. I probably got a whole patch of gray coming in right here
Yeah.
from dropping so much money. But I mean, it is. I mean, it is what it is. But
mm-hmm,
I mean, we don't have any problems with it. But definitely, I complain about it. I'm complaining about it every day. But
Yeah.
we don't have any big problems on my end. But I mean, my suggestion to people, which I need to follow my own advice, is start early. Get a little Christmas account
Yeah.
where you can just pump your money in throughout the year. That way, it takes some stress off of you.
yeah, for sure. That's a good
I'm gonna
idea.
say mine is different because we have a bunch of nieces and nephews and not kids.
Mm-hmm,
Right? So I, our situation is different from you guys. You guys have in the house responsibility. Yes, we have Harper here now, so but that's one kid that understand.
right,
It's different than y'all situation, and like I said, we realized that for a long time ago because the responsibilities that you guys have. Um, I feel like my world is coming to an end because I don't be knowing half the time what to get my wife or this, and this. But it's not the pressure that you guys have as far as making sure these kids are good and
mm-hmm,
making sure, you know, financially everything else is good because again, Christmas is extra, right? And you're saying, okay, I have to do extra, but bills is still coming. you
Mhm.
know, you know what I'm
oh yeah,
saying?
That,
Oh yeah, they don't stop.
that part.
Yeah. So again, our us gifting each other is a little bit different, and then yeah, it's a bonus, literally for us if we, gift this person, this person, this person, and so it is a little different. It's not necessarily a necessity for us like it is for you guys because that's what they are in the house with y'all. This is what y'all y'all have to do this. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, my situation is totally different from you guys. And like I said, I 100% take my hat off to you guys for that because, like I said, yeah, that can be a toughie, brother. Y'all got not only Christmas, birthdays, and I mean it's a lot, graduations, and it's just a lot more responsibility that you guys have that I don't necessarily have. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I would say, it's. I feel like it's Christmas all year round.
yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna
Hey,
be honest.
what
Hey,
you say? Why you think you got the white beard?
hey,
That's Black Santa right there. That's
hey,
Black
hey,
Santa
hey,
right there.
hey, listen, my kids be like, Dad, can I get this? Hey, it'd be like April. I'd be like, I mean, you want this for Christmas or you want this right?
Right. When they give you that real expensive one, Mike, that's when you be
Hey,
like, nah, y'all, we gotta wait for Christmas for that one
hey,
right there. You know?
look, if my kids today, I'm like, look, hey, it's gonna be like here's y'all spending money, or me and my wife go out and we'll get them some things, but also tell them, I say, listen, most of the things you guys want will be on sale the day after Christmas. Hey, I can give
Bruh,
y'all all this right here,
preach.
or I can buy y'all some stuff to where you're forced to like. But see, my kids, they 15, 13, 16, and 17, and all their birthdays in February.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2 months, they're gonna be 14, 14, 17, and 18.
Hey,
Right? So
okay.
I like being real, but hey, what you want? You want this money, or, or you want to get clothes and
Yeah.
shoes and like, my
Uh,
kid be like that. I want to go shopping. All right, come on. And
Yep.
be real, you know what I'm saying? And
no,
you gotta try to do something special with the wife. I feel like you can't never just get the wife just everything, but you want to give them everything. And
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and they got a lot, but it always feel like I gotta do like I gotta show reverence to you.
bro,
Mm-hmm.
it's a
I wouldn't
struggle,
I
man.
wouldn't have kids
Oh my
was
god.
Well, other gifts, and other gifts are coming. Like ain't nobody gonna one up me on my wife, right? You know what I mean? So
You
you
know,
gotta come correct.
bro, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's a nightmare for me. I promise you because I'll call her sister. Me and her sister had a 2 hour conversation about this today because every year she like,
Yeah.
hey, I don't know, I don't know, And then I asked Vanetta, hey, what do you want? And like yesterday, she was like a necklace. I was like, well, I'm not buying you another necklace because I bought you three, right? And I said, they keep breaking. I said, let me buy you a bigger one or this.
Mm-hmm.
And you want a certain, so, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea, bro. And it's a struggle for me because again, I want to show my appreciation because just magnificent woman of what you do, how you support me, how you support our family, how you support your mom, everybody. And I want to say thank you. And I
Right.
want to, just show my appreciation in just a small token of a gift of whatever it can be. But bro, I have no clue and I have no help.
That's
My
funny. That's funny.
sister-in-laws used to be like, okay, this. Now they just like, I'm all out.
Well,
hey,
it's
hey,
funny. So
while
for my
y'all was talking, I got some downloads. Like,
okay,
Come on with it.
come on with it.
hold on. So this is what the Lord was telling me. Because we all be kind of waiting to the last minute. Fellas, we be
I try not to.
Hey,
listen,
my Christmas shopping done, bro. I don't know what you talking about.
oh, shit. Oh, you one of them. bro. You want that?
I try
Listen,
not to.
I'm gonna go get it. I'm
Hey,
just
the
gonna
music.
go get it. I ain't finna be shopping around. I know what I want. I'm gonna go
Download
get it.
me, please.
Listen, I'm thinking about the spa dates that they always enjoy
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
What?
by themselves. I'm thinking of the manis, the petties. You never get enough snow boots with the matching long coats.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? With the little mix. You know, I'm thinking about stuff like that. And
Mike.
then don't forget about Tiffany or
Okay.
Hank's jeweler. Watch out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
even
Dropping
mention
his
that word,
promos.
Mike.
Bro,
Maybe
I'm gonna be
Don't even
maybe
mention
we can
honest.
get them to sponsor
that.
us for next year. For gifts. You know what I mean?
That
Don't mention
Uh,
K's, Tiffany's. Don't
Mike, I'm
mention
gonna
none of
call you afterwards because
that.
I'm not lying to you, bro. It's crazy work, and then you don't want to get. It's like you're regifting what you are. We've been married 20 years, so it's just like crazy work. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just like,
it ain't never enough.
huh?
I mean, it ain't never enough, but you have to do the kind gesture,
Mhm.
especially
Yeah.
made to make sure. Now I'm also the type, hey babe, what you want this Christmas? Now look, the budget is them cans underneath the sink, so don't be. We got about 2 bottles, 2 bags full of bottles. Don't be.
What? Not the bottles,
I'm
man.
gonna
To
say
the
this, Mike.
store.
You know what I don't want to get, and I think it's unfair, is appliances or something that's for the house. Me personally, I personally like,
What you
and I
saying? You
think she
saying
know that because
you
she
saying
just
a brand new knife set is not a great gift for your wife?
Cold cut.
she just bought a blender, and I was like, okay, cool. But I wouldn't have wanted to buy her a blender because that's not personally for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I made that mistake like my second year of marriage.
Oh no, Nick. No, you didn't.
Hey,
Nick, what's wrong with
Grandma
you?
Jean, she tore me up, bro. She
Uh,
tore me up. She was clowning me, bro.
who at
Grandma,
G?
Grandma Jean was clowning me.
Hey,
she,
Oh my
she ain't
god,
let me die. They still joke about that one. But
bro.
hey, guess what though? Guess what she still got? That knife set though.
hey, don't let it be. What was them one sets of knives where everybody was trying to get the little job come to your house and
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
No, bro,
Yeah.
but like it was funny. Like when we used to definitely stress about it though. Like especially with the kids, trying to get all five of the kids a gift. You know, and they as they get older, Mike, you said, Mike, as they get older, it's like their gifts got more and more expensive. You're just like, oh my
Man.
god. And the one year though, and I think I told you guys this story before, but like, bro, we did learn, especially with the kids. Like, man, don't be stressing over no gifts. Like, man, that they don't remember them. We went. I remember that year we stressed. We bought them all everything they wanted, and then I think like February, bro, like February, March, we went through and was like, hey, what'd you get for Christmas? None of them could quote what they
Yeah.
got for Christmas. None of them, because they wasn't playing with it no more. You couldn't find it in the toy box. They didn't even know what the heck they got. I
Yeah.
said, never again. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it no more. And that's when we had, you know about this, Pete. That's when we had set up that Christmas. We said, you know what? Christmas, we are no longer doing gifts. Period. Boom. Done. We're not doing it. We're going on a trip. I
Yeah.
said, we're gonna go to Florida. We're
And,
gonna start a new tradition. We just taking off.
and
And
I'm
that
gonna be
was
honest. That's what I started doing for her birthday. Her birthday, we going somewhere. We doing bye. You know
hmm
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Our anniversary. I don't want to think about it, bro. I
hmm
mean, I'm gonna say her birthday, our anniversary, and Christmas. I start getting depressed because I don't know what to do. Seriously, a serious depression because I'm like, I have no clue, and I don't want to be empty-handed, but you just don't know, you know.
hmm
And
Yeah.
I'll ask her, and she don't even. I don't know, P. I get back with you.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but
I
then, I
felt
mean, but honestly
cool.
though, but the last question I wanted to pose for you guys is the one thing I noticed though,
Hmm.
we adjusted and we made our own tradition.
Yeah.
But guess what? I still had to be flexible and not get so caught up on, well, this is how we're going to have to do it. Like this is how we're going to have to do it. So what we had noticed was we had, I think we was doing that for like 6 years straight. You know, we had gone and done the travel and it was working well. I mean, we had a good time. But what we started to notice was the kids would kind of try to talk to, because they were afraid, they didn't want to upset dad about trying to ask for a change in the tradition. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, but we travel in December and it's not always the warmest. Even though you're in
Mm-hmm.
Florida, you know, it's hit or miss, bro. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes years you down there it's 80 something degrees. Some years it's like 60 degrees.
Yeah.
You can't even get in the
Yeah.
pool. You know what I mean? And so, we like, and so they finally kind of talked to my wife in confidence, and she was like, "Hey, the kids they actually was thinking we should do like spring break instead." And I'm like, yeah, they could have just said that. Like, I wasn't gonna hurt my feelings.
Right.
So, I mean, but it was still the gift. As I said, hey, listen, we'll just get you a little knickknack just so you got something to open on Christmas, but
Yeah.
your gift
Yeah.
will still be your trip. And
Mm-hmm.
so we just
Absolutely.
moved it to spring break and, but you had to be flexible,
Yeah.
to make those changes. So, and I guess that was just my final thoughts, was just trying to see like where you guys stand when it comes to just your existing, the customs that you've built, and just how do you adapt and go with the flow as things change.
Nick, I like that you said that. I think everything is about we are going to constantly evolve and change. And um, what I think we should really stress to our families is um, traditions are meant to change and things are going to change, right? And it's okay if you bring change to the table, because again, I think a lot of us, the pressure of bringing change to our family or bringing change to our wives family, right?
Right.
And I think we should be open for that and let them know that that's okay. Communicate with us what that change is and what it's going to be. But again, your happiness is what's most important to me,
Yeah.
not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily you being here. Do I want you around family and this is it? Yeah, absolutely. But again, your happiness is what's most important to me rather
Mhm.
than you know spending time with your uncle, you know what I'm saying? And I love you more than everybody, but just going to be with somebody else. That's the guilt trip I'm gonna put on them.
Yeah.
No,
But
but no, I think that's important, brother. And I think
mhm.
um us ex- um, expressing that to family and to everyone else, it makes it an easier transition than ours. Our job is to understand what we went through and to make the next generation transition a little bit easier. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? As far
Yeah.
as their communication with family,
Oh yeah.
how they look at things, the men that they're going to be, and to say, okay, hey, um, yeah, my mom and dad did this, but they were flexible for this,
Right.
and it was about communicating. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
again, everything is going to evolve and change, but we're the face of change for them. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know,
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, AB?
Yeah, I think in my situation, man, I got these grown kids over here, so we always, we always, I'm always flexible. I always ask, I bring our family together, and I'm
hmm
just like, hey, what are we gonna do this year? What do you guys want to do for the holidays? It's just about what makes everybody happy.
hmm
Yeah.
Most of the time, sometimes it is definitely routine,
hmm
just doing certain things, and the other times it's like, hey, if it's a vacation, we kind of rotate our vacations. We've been doing the
Nice.
cruise. We'll do a cruise one year, then the next time we'll do Florida or whatnot.
Yeah.
So but we always come together, and I just really focus on my core family. Really, I don't
Yeah.
really focus on everybody else. It's just me, the wife, the kids, and we just have a talk about what we're gonna do, and then we change things
That's
we change
nice.
things. So
Yeah.
You see how
Mike.
he put in there? It's just about my core family that we don't get no invite. You see that?
Hey, we got the Juneteenth invite
hey,
though. We'll be down
yeah,
there for the
man, you
Juneteenth.
already know. You that's
Oh, we
that's
there. We there.
I, I need Mike to be there.
Hey,
We're gonna get Mike to travel one of these times.
Oh, he coming. He coming.
don't you, hey, we,
No, he didn't do sign language.
hey, best,
what
best two out
what's
of three. Best two
what's
out
your
of three.
final thoughts on that, Mike?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I say, the Bible says, commit your plans to the Lord, and
Yeah.
then it's definitely been an adjustment, man. Just not being around family as much. Now, I mean, like being real, bro. I got a big family, and especially if your family grew up in the church or a but over the years, I think it kind of goes to what Pernell was saying. Need to make sure my wife is feeling secure. She's special. Feeling like I'm there for her, and everything else extra credit.
Yeah.
Everything
Yep.
else extra credit. I'm okay with it, man. Like I said, it is an adjustment because being everything for everybody. But remember, you, I mean, you just can't say yes to everybody all the time, man.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So after you talk to God about it, it's all right, God. I know what I want to do, but what should I do, right?
Hmm.
And if you obedient, you not like the answer, but you roll with the punch. And like I say, I'm with Pernell on this one and AP. You take the temperature of the wife, and we have our conversation. Then the plans are made, man. 'Cause like I say, we got to keep our household, intact.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Real.
Mike, you just preached a word right there with saying that, bro, because um, checking checking the wife's temperature, and then you said something else. It just slipped my mind. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying like check the wife temperature, and then we make our plans moving forward.
You had said I can't even. It was there, but it's
It wasn't me, bro. I'm sorry. It wasn't
no,
me.
it was. It was. But he had just said something else that was just. I was just like, wow. I can't even think. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but go for it. Go for it.
Oh no, but I was just saying, because at the end of the day, like you, Nick, normally we would just, hey, this is what we doing, and this is what we doing. But when the Lord begins to soften our hearts and really think about the opinions of those who matter the most, like our wife and kids, it's like
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can take a step back.
Yeah.
Although I'm the leader, I can still listen to what you
Yeah,
got to offer. But
yeah,
remember, after the wife, what I'm saying, hey, honey, how you feel about this? And then we
mhm.
pray about it, and then make our plans.
Yeah.
Yep.
And listen, our wives, they don't compete with us, they complete us. We
Yep.
need their opinions and stuff, although we
Mhm.
want to hear it. They complete us.
Yep.
And think about it, our wives see things that we don't see, and vice versa.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
so so how dare we not check their temperature even on holiday plans? And like I said, hey, my wife be like, babe, I can't surprise you with nothing. And she be like, where you at? What you doing? And I say, I tell you. And then if I try to be smooth, you like, why you? I'm like, girl, I'm trying to surprise you, but you know, from here on out, you ask me, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I'm telling you. So yeah, man, gotta go with it.
Yeah. What you got for us, Nick?
That's it, man. That's a good one, bro. Like I
Yeah.
said, that's a great session, fellas. I appreciate you guys, your transparency, and your honesty in that. I think I learned a lot too about you guys as well. And that's the fun thing about each episode. We get
You
closer
Mhm.
and
know,
closer as a group. You know what I
I
mean?
was
So
reading the comments over on Instagram, and someone had just said that um, they learn so much from us, from the husbands, from our conversations or whatever. I did take that as a slight to me and Lorenzo, but Um, we gonna deal with that person a little bit. No, but bro, I think just these opinions and on real life and our trials and tribulations of what we go through, and I think our conversations are going to be different because um, we're a lot of what we're talking is life. It's for real life, and a lot of what me and Rans are talking about. Yes, it's life and experience sometimes, but then sometimes it's strictly opinion. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of what we talk about over here is what we're going through. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And
Yep.
um, and so yeah, so yep, yep. But guys, man, thank you, guys. We will see you guys next week, my brothers. I appreciate you guys. Hey, P, we got you off in a good time today, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my backdrop. I'm trying to go for I'm trying to go for husband of the year.
Look,
That's
look,
good.
AP, I got you, bro.
Oh, look
Look,
at he got his wife
I got
behind him. Look at him.
I'm in, hey, look,
I
I'm
told
in
Husband
the
you.
of the
white
I
year.
office, so I'm just giving her a little plug right now. You got it up. Man, I'm coming for that husband of the year award.
I mean, we can start that competition. We can keep one upping each other in
Man.
every episode.
Listen, I'm gonna have to call Mike so I can get in the talks, man. Because I don't know what.
Nah,
Man, listen, I don't know what to get this lady, man. Seriously.
I hit Mike gave you some good. He gave you some good stuff.
Yeah.
He did. He
Yeah.
did. Every kiss begins with K. I mean, you just,
Oh gosh,
Jared.
Nick, I don't need my wife hearing that.
Uh,
She got something about 6 months. She don't need nothing else right now from me.
man, I ain't gonna lie. We vacation. We vacation quite often. We're constantly going somewhere. So I mean, you know what? I'm gonna just say this. I thank God for our life and our situation because you know what? Um, some people wish they had this problem
Mm-hmm.
of saying, I loved on her this much, or I um, am looking for how to constantly appreciate her, and
Mm-hmm.
and can afford to do that, you know.
Right.
And so, like I said, I'm not, I think sometimes we have to shift our thought process and say, you know what, thank you God, and just say thank you God
For
for
sure.
um, that blessing and that opportunity. You know what I mean? That
Yep.
that I can do and that we are there. You know what I'm saying? And I had to look at, and it just hit me. Sometimes I think we look at situations, and for me, it does seem like the end of the world. Sometimes we're like, oh, but it's not nearly what people are going through. Some people can't afford to do anything for their wife, or some
Mm-hmm.
people can't. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, let's thank God because we can, guys. So
Absolutely.
thank you, guys. I'll see y'all later.
Blessing,
All right.
fellas.
See you,
Hey.
man.